with the exception of one, are all done on something called masa paper. And masa is a type of rice paper that has a very hard surface on one side and a very soft surface on the other. And when you wad it up, which is the first step, you have a piece of this size or whatever, you wad it up, it crinkles the hard side so that when you add paint, those lines break and you get lines almost like batik that give you a pattern to start from.
Okay.
And because I'm such a big tree freak, they often end up as landscapes for me. You can do anything with it, but you can do wonderful trees, and I love doing trees.
It's very branch-like because of the branches that
yes.
come out.
And so then you add paint and you go from there. This one was done for a project in a class where we're also working with maps. And I had this piece, which is the basic masa part.
Okay.
And we were either to work over maps, or I decided that I would use the map as a sort of mat for the piece to go around it. And when I drive to Tidewater to go visit my family, it's a beautiful drive until I get into what I call the Tidewater Mixing Bowl, i.e. Williamsburg East. And all the roads and the highways are confusing, and I sometimes get lost because I'm distracted. And so I took just an ordinary map that lives in my car, a Virginia, and tore it into pieces. And if you get in tight enough and look at this, then you can see that all these places are in the Tidewater area, and they're all going in 16 different directions surrounding this pretty day that just made me think of driving through the Tidewater Mixing Bowl.
Okay.
And that's where it comes from.
All right. We hope to have this in a class pretty soon. The shutdown has postponed the class, but we hope to do this pretty soon. So I'm just asking Nancy some questions about this technique. And it's all masa, but this one right here is a little different because
It's not.
Okay, so tell me about it. I mean, it looks like I can't tell that it's one piece or two pieces. So.
It's actually two pieces. A lot of the masa pieces have to do with trees, so I brought this one because this is a different way of treating trees for me. And I had just a background sheet of paper that I toned, and I thought, we're always sending postcards to friends from where we've been. What if the trees could talk? Would they send a postcard to someone? So this one is a postcard from the forest, and it's a photo transfer of an image of trees in a creek, and I just wanted the trees to send the postcard.
Okay.
And that's their postcard.
Okay.
But the other pieces are all masa, and somehow to me they live nicely together.
And then this one over here also, there's a little bit of something different going on around the edges of this, so explain what you did there.
With masa paper, there are lots of different ways that you can treat it once it's done. One was like with the maps. This one I wanted to put it on canvas so that I could frame it. And I thought it would have a nice white border, and when I got it on the piece of canvas, the canvas was so stark that it just didn't look right. So I took some additional strips of masa paper and stamped them with a rubber stamp and turned that into the mat for it. And it actually wraps around the side of the canvas if you were to take it out of the frame. But it seems to continue the line from the trees up into the mat, and that was much easier than doing it the other way.
Right.
And since I was trying to work with a specific size canvas, I had to figure something out.
Okay.
A lot of painting is problem solving.
Okay.
So that this is what it looked like before I got either the maps on it or the stamping on it. This is just masa paper, and this is an unfinished piece.
Okay.
That I'll probably end up stretching over a canvas that'll come right up to here. And it's a little bit uneven, so I'll have to trim some things off, and I'll figure that out when I get it stretched on a piece of canvas.
Okay, so what else are you going to do to this once you get it stretched? Okay. So.
It has to do with spring, so there'll probably be some magenta for the red bud and the quince and all that stuff that's out this time of year with these brilliant skies that we had with the storm fronts going through. I just really like the colors.